You know, when I first started studying this piece, I was hit as if by a thunderbolt. The piece uses a lot of colorful instrumentation to give the feeling of nature. We're in Switzerland, so mountains. Not only the beauty of nature, but the mystery of nature and the soil, the earth, what is our country, but identifying with Switzerland and the Swiss themselves. So I told you that there is a storm, you know, replete with raindrops. You know, that kind of stuff. But we have the English horn and the flute later play this ronce de vache, which is like a piper playing to the cows, you know, shepherd. And waiting for the answer. So already in an overture where the instruments in the pit are not far from another, the registers are different. You're starting to play with things spatial. And that's very, very important because in the score, you'll hear off-stage horns from different sides. Now I have to figure out where to put these horns to get the effect. It's difficult in Covent Garden because there's not a lot of echo effect or resonance backstage, but I've got to try to find the effect of near and far. And that's, I mean, all operas have backstage effects, but the way Rossini uses them, of course, he's trying to create the aura of the mountains. And this is, I think, quite modern and quite tricky to pull off, actually, but he does so absolutely brilliantly. Of course, the the Lone Ranger bit, it represents something quite menacing, actually. It's a military idea. And of course, this piece is about occupation and trying to yank the yoke of occupation off. But so if you hear the music in that sense, and you'll hear a dance later on called the Pas de Soldat, where terrible, terrible things happen, and the music is, you know, it has with a similar figure, but is the menace of the Austrians and the absolute tyranny of the soldiers and the regime itself. Now, the chorus plays a huge, huge role in this opera. It's the people, and very much as in Nabucco, the people and they're being oppressed, and yet they are together, and we hear them very, very much as a community. You'd think that, of course, of the chorus, but in this opera it's especially true because in the first chorus we hear bucolic music. We hear a boat. You see a boat off to the side that's kind of in the water. You hear it. And we have a lovely, almost folk tune. And that's with these simple elements, already creates an atmosphere. These people are trying to keep their spirits up, but they're talking about that it being a jour serein, and that the heavens presage, or there's a forecast of hope and happiness, and they sing this theme. You see those little touches, those little folksy rhythms. Yeah. And that just gives it the flavor of where you are, and makes it different from you know, the royal court of such and such, you know.